Hello everyone, welcome back to my Ultramoon Hardcore Nuzlocke. The Nuzlocke lives. It's episode 101. And as you can see, I'm in front of Professor Kukui and I'm at the Elite Four. And in the last one, I defeated Kahili, one of the Elite Four members, with swift precision, extremely powerful attacks, and it was honestly a statement win for the team. The flying type Elite Four member, of course, as she was no match for me. Another thing, if you may have noticed, is that she's a flying type trainer, but she's also a golfer. And for the non-golfers, I should say that in golf, the way that scoring works, you can score a birdie, an eagle, an albatross, a condor, which are all kinds of birds. And she's a flying type trainer, she has a lot of birds. So that's kind of cool in terms of an association. But yeah, I defeated her quite handily. And the man of the match, of course, for me was Balak the Jolteon, taking out the first three Pokemon with with a kind of quickness and urgency that you would need from something as powerful as that. You know, a hat trick of Pokemon victories as it got. But anyway, I'm just gonna move on today and go on to the second Elite Four member. I did make a mistake last time and not show you the exact team that I went in with in terms of the moveset and the items that I gave all of my Pokemon going into Kahili's battle. I will rectify that mistake today. You guys already know the actual team I'm gonna go with, but I will be pointing out some of the changes that I have made to the movesets, the items, and yeah. So without further ado, let me show you guys what I have. So my dedicated lead for the second battle of the Elite Four is Kimmich, which is my Salamence. And of course it has the same moveset as you saw with Fly, Zen, Headbutt, Crunch and Dragon Claw. Has the Intimidate ability, so you may be able to surmise what I'm actually trying to do with this thing. And the Muscle Band item, which boosts the power of my physical hits ever so slightly. I think it's a 10% boost, which is, you know, every bit counts. But yeah, this thing is my Intimidate lead because the first Pokemon that I'll be facing is a physical attacker and I want to soften its blows into the team, provide my own team with some defensive utility. That's what I'm leading with. Second is, of course, Gertza, my Incineroar, level 58, and it has U-Turn, Flare Blitz, Darkest Lariat, and Will-O-Wisp. The second and the fourth move are the new ones, the new additions to Incineroar's moveset. Again, this is more of a utility Pokemon in this battle that is going to be coming up. It has the Blaze ability and the Citrus Berry, so I can increase its I can augment its bulk a little bit better. If it does go a little bit lower, I can always heal and then U-turn out of there. This thing is a pivot Pokemon, and it's providing a lot of Will-O-Wisp burn support and softening up the opposite Pokemon as well. So yeah, I'm hoping that this thing does well because it's actually a key part of my strategy going into the next game. And I would hate for that to go awry. Knock on wood, it's fine. Next up is man of the match last time, Balak, the Jolteon at level 57. Honestly, it's almost at 58. It's got Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Signal Beam, and Shadow Wall, which is the same moves, which are the same moves that I went in when I showed the first, when I first showed all my Pokemon for the Elite Four. Volt Absorbability, Choice Specs is its item because I want to be able to hit very hard. Very fast and very hard. That's how Balak rolls. And a non-stab move is going to be a very important piece of the puzzle if Balak actually comes into play. I'm not planning for it to be an active member in this second battle, and I expect it to be sort of just allowing the rest of the team to take charge. But we'll see what happens, you know, things go bad, crits happen, stuff like that. So hopefully that doesn't, you know, mess me up, but yeah. In comes Ribery, the Metagross with Rock Polish, Protect, Brick Break, and Meteor Mash. This was the one that finally defeated the ace of Kahili and was able to do it with 2 Meteor Mash hits, missing one of them of course and getting burnt in the process, but that's been rectified now. Clear Body is the ability, and it's got the leftovers to help with the protect and leftovers combo, gaining HP every turn. Next up is Muller, the Gastrodon. I wasn't expecting to use it in the first battle, and I actually, it was a pivot, it was a steer from me. My original plan was to just sweep with Jolteon, but then I got scared of the Bone Rush from Mandibuzz, so I had to switch out. And so Muller helped in that regard. It went in, it was a little long, it was a little frustrating dealing with an annoyance like Mandibuzz, like a pest. It really annoys the hell out of you with Flatter. At least Kahili's one does. But yeah, this one has Ice Beam, Protect, Recover, and Scald with the Sticky Hold item and the leftovers attached. Again, this is a Pokemon I don't expect to be playing a large role in this battle, but we'll see what comes of it. And finally, we have Lewandowski, the Volcarona at level 59. This one has the biggest change to its moveset. It doesn't have 3 of the 4 moves that I first showed in the last video. It still has Quiver Dance because that is its bread and butter. Has Protect, has Giga Drain, and Heat Wave. Those last 2 are the main moves that I want to be able to use. As you can see, this thing doesn't have a stab bug type move, and that was a difficult decision for me to make. However, I think with the moveset that Lewandowski has, it can do a lot for the team and it can contribute in a very, very meaningful way. Has the Flame Body ability and the leftovers item, which will help with the Protect leftovers combo as well to gain HP. Trying to give you guys a rundown of like what I'm trying to do, and Lewandowski is going to be a huge part of the next battle if that gives you any kind of indication as to what I'm going to do. After thinking long and hard about the second trainer that I want to take on, actually let me run the lottery first, sorry about that. I feel happy, Rotom. Rotom asked me if I felt happy or sad, and I feel happy today. I feel buoyed by that victory against Kahili. That momentum needs to be carried on now. My team is good and they did well, and they're going to continue to do well because Bayern Munich is the best team in the bloody world, and no one can convince me otherwise. All right, you can take your Barcelonas and your Real Madrids and your Man Cities and PSGs and you can piss off. Bayern is the best. Alright, I'm not writing too much. Let me go forward. I have decided to take on the Ghost type Elite Four member second. So, without further ado, I'm just gonna go in. Also, running the Roto Power for money again, because I'm a little greedy bitch. So there we go. As you can see in the distance, there's someone possibly familiar to us. Who is it? Of course, it's Acerola. Hiya, Acerola here, bringing an old royal touch to the Pokemon League. Oh wow, she's got the fart. Okay. Okay, all the fields are different. I like that. They all have different aesthetics. Alright. So, Acerola is second. Let me double check if my lead is correct. Yes, it's Kimmich. Okay, cool. So, I'm just gonna challenge her. Nanu said that maybe he can't refuse a Tapu choosing him to serve as Kahuna, but he'd be darned if he had to serve as one of the Elite Four just because some guy asked him. So I guess I'll just have to battle hard enough to make up for him not being here. Acerola is up next, boys. This is a tough battle as well, but if things go right, they're gonna go so right. In she comes. She's spun like a dancer. I'm about to dance in front of her. So Acerola is the next challenge. Let me make sure my camera is at the right zoom. Yes. Alright. She leads with a max attack, max speed Banette. That's why I led with Kimmich to drop the Intimidate, because it's going to be able to allow me to soften this thing up. Banette has Shadow Ball, Feint Attack, Infestation, and Screech. It's probably going for Shadow Claw, but it could go for any of the other moves. It doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna hard switch into Goethe, the Incineroar, and you will see why, even though Kimmich has more than enough power to take on this Banette. Goethe comes in. She uses Shadow Claw, has a high crit chance, hopefully does not, and no it does not. Now, Banette is intimidated, but I want to take this one step further. I want to make this thing hit like a pillow. Therefore, I'm going to use Will-O-Wisp. So, Banette uses Screech now. He is faster, which is, I mean, not great, but fine, I guess. I used the Will-O-Wisp. No miss, thank God. That would have been annoying. There's the Will-O-Wisp. Now Banette is burnt to a crisp. So, now, whatever it's going to be doing is not going to be doing a ton of damage. However, Goethe is Screeched. So now my strategy really kicks into gear. My next switch is going to be into my main event player for this particular battle, and it is Lewandowski, the Volcarona. Volcarona unfortunately has very low defenses. That's actually a lot more damage than I thought it was going to do. But yeah, Banette gets burned, but that's fine with me. I'm gonna protect once to get the leftovers recovery. You will see my strategy. It's fairly basic. Some of you might already know what I'm gonna try and do here. Banette is not hitting hard at all. The burn is gonna keep taking it down. But this allows me, even though my Lewandowski is lonely natured, allows me to set up Quiver Dance, which I'm going to do. That's one Quiver Dance. So I have one special attack, special defense, and speed boost. She uses Screech. This is bad. I don't like this. Alright, well, I mean, she is burned, but you never know what they can do. I do need another Quiver Dance, unfortunately. I'm going to protect here to gain all the lefties recovery I can. I know it's only a few HP, but it could make all the difference. Okay, Lewandowski up to 4. So, hopefully no crits, no nothing. I'm going to Quiver Dance again. Okay, that's 2 special attack and 2 speeds. Uses Shadow Claw. Okay, that did a lot of damage. A lot more damage than I wanted to do. But I don't know what else to do. I'm just going to protect, gain some more lefties recovery here. I need it. I need a lot of it. Now that I have Quiver Danced twice, I have enough power and speed to absolutely wreak havoc on this team. Banette is burned. I don't know if Giga Drain KOs from here. I would love to Giga Drain, because then I'll be able to gain some health back. But I can't take that risk. I'm just going to Heat Wave. I know Heat Wave will kill. It is 90 accuracy, which is annoying. But Banette goes down. And with every KO, Lewandowski gains that critical tiny amount of HP every single time without getting hit back. So that's good. She sends out the danger Pokemon. It's Palossand, her ace Pokemon, level 57. And this one has Shadow Ball, Giga Drain, Earth Power, and Iron Defense. It also has the Ghostian Z, which it can use to create a never-ending nightmare out of the Shadow Ball. And if it does hit, Lewandowski is in huge trouble. This thing is also, I think, max defense and max HP and max special attack, so it will hit very hard. However, it is slow as a bag of rocks, slow as bollocks. And the reason I needed 2 Quiver Dances there is because now Giga Drain is a guaranteed one-hit KO. So I'm gonna go for it. Guaranteed OHKO from the Giga Drain into the Palo Sand. And the beast that is Lewandowski takes the second KO, not allowing Palo Sand to do anything. And she sends out Delmise. Now this thing could be annoying because Delmise is a ghost and grass type Pokemon for those of you who don't know. It does have Slam, has Shadow Ball, has Energy Ball, and has Whirlpool. Whirlpool could be a bit of a problem because even though it's not very powerful as a move, it's going to trap Lewandowski in and do passive damage every turn, which is not what I want. But since it's a grass type, it also has, by the way, it does have 131 base attack and 100 defense. I do believe this thing is max defense and max special defense. However, with the two Quiver Dances, I have guaranteed a one-hit KO with a Heat Wave like 3 times over. As long as I hit this, and I do, Lewandowski pulling its weight and destroying that Delmise, taking it down. Beautifully done. Wonderful. In comes another danger Pokemon, the Frostlass that she has. Now this Frostlass does have Blizzard. It has Shadow Ball, Confuse Ray, and Ice Shard. I'm Lonely Natured and Screeched, so I have low defense right now. This thing also has a base 110 speed, because of which I had to do two Quiver Dances. I needed the only one to outspeed, but I did 2 because I needed the power for the Palo Sand. Again, this is Ice and Ghost type, so it's weak to fire. So I'm just gonna Heat Wave. Hit. Good. Lewandowski takes another one. They are falling like flies in the face of Lewandowski's Heat Waves. Lewandowski truly is the sun, and the final Pokemon is in, and it's Drifblim. This thing has Blizzard, that's Frostlass. This thing has Focus Energy, Amnesia, Baton Pass, and Ominous Wind. So the idea with this Drifblim, I think that the developers wanted was for it to set up Amnesias and get and fish for stat boosts from Ominous Wind, and then just Baton Pass everything. Same with Focus Energy, you can Baton Pass that as well. However, since this is the final Pokemon, it's not going to be able to pull any of those shenanigans, and it's just relegated to trying to spam Ominous Wind at me. It's going to try and fart at me. It can keep doing that. I'm just going to rip another Heat Wave. Oh, he missed. Oh, he did go for Amnesia. I'm at +2 special attack, so this essentially neutralizes my my boosts. So Heat Wave should come in. See, I did miss one. So probably inaccurate move. That would have KO'd initially. Okay, she goes for the Focus Energy here. This is not what I want to see. I mean, I did half here. I don't want Ominous... I don't know if Ominous Wind crit kills now. Probably doesn't. But I have to go for a Heat Wave here. No misses this time. Should take this out. I did 50% the first time. And I do 50% again. Minimum. Lewandowski sweeps Acerola's entire team by itself. What a performance from probably the greatest striker that's ever played for Bayern Munich. Let me correct that. Not the greatest striker that's ever played, but the greatest striker in this century, for sure. Lewandowski takes that, so yeah, that's great. I'm speechless. You've done me in. I get 34,000 again. How amazing was that performance from Lewandowski, despite a couple misses, or one miss. Phew. Well, there goes my hope of beating you to smithereens and becoming champion myself. Oh, is that how it works? So if she beat me, she would go on to face the champ, is it? Okay. That's different. Our Rotom power is gone, but that's fine. What a brilliant performance from Lewandowski, absolutely destroying Acerola's entire team with a couple of Quiver Dances. And this is what I'm talking about. The power of Quiver Dance is unmatched. It's such a great move. And it's made Volcarona my strongest special attacking Pokemon ever. And yeah, you have 2 more trainers to take on. Are you getting tired? If you are and you still are beating us, then I guess we've got quite a bit further to go ourselves. She is acknowledging my superiority. I'm gonna go out. And there's another one. Another line. I'm gaining power, everyone. It's like the Captain Planet, you know, where every single one you gain more, like Earth, power. That's like Earth, fire, water, wind, heart, and then Captain Planet appears. I guess it's gonna be like that. Maybe I'm just dating myself here, but anyway. Alright, I think that's gonna be it for the video. I'm gonna continue the Elite Four in the next one, of course. So yeah, man of the match is obviously Lewandowski the Volcarona, with great assists into Kimmich and Goethe, who did brilliantly well, softening up the Bannet so that Lewandowski could come and just absolutely take names and kick asses. And that's what it did. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Goodbye, take care. I'll continue next time, so see you then.